I'm just gonna talk about the finance part. Make sure that your employer puts in like a personal touch to something that like he really understands you or she understands you. Honesty, guys, remember to be honest. Make sure that your taxes are up to date. Oh, you presented your bank statement, letter of invitation, ID, passport, but there's nothing that talks about you as a person. So they gave me an empty sheet and a paper and a pen. They told me to write something about myself at 20,000 or 50,000. So we took the 50,000 one, and luckily my boyfriend was there.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because
we are in Switzerland, and I'm going to give you a brief story about how we got here, or the brief process of how we got here. Karibu sana to our YouTube channel. I don't even know what to say. I don't know if I should jump into it. But first of all, before we get into it, please hit that subscribe button. Please like this video and share this video. And let me know, what is your first Europe experience, or at least the first few days when you traveled to Europe? How was it? Especially if you're a Kenyan or an African traveling abroad, or you come from any other place and you came to Europe, or specifically to Switzerland. How was your experience? Did you love the scenery? Did you love the landscape, the people, everything that comes around with traveling to a new place? Before I give you my experience, please, in the comment section, I want to know if we had the same experience or not. Okay, so basically, hit that subscribe button, please. Road to, I don't know how many subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. Also, I want to quickly apologize for the audio, because I thought that I carried my microphone, but I didn't. And so I only carried one part of it, and it can't work alone. So unless I get another one, this is the best audio you're gonna get for today. I'm also snacking. Let's get into the video. First, the most basic thing is to get a visa, because that is like definite for our country. I'm from Kenya. First of all, Swiss people don't need visas to come to Kenya. All you need is an ETA, an electronic, like pass that allows you to come into the country. That is all he has needed for the 4 times that he has come to see me. But personally, I need a visa to come to his country. So we started the visa application process back in April, which I would say January, because January is when I was looking for a passport. Actual passport, I didn't have a passport. And then in the midst of looking for a passport, we realized that we had an error with my name. So we had to change my birth certificate so that it can align with the ID. And then from there, we got the passport. After getting the passport, within 2 weeks, the passport came within 2 weeks, we applied for the visa. There are a few things that you would need if you're applying for a visa. Documentation, which is like your ID, your passport, letter of invitation, because I'm being hosted, and in the invitation he had to state that he's going to take care of all my finances, bank statement, and yada yada. But wait, way ahead. So let's go back to the visa application first. You do the visa application online, which I did. And all it needed was to like just have the basics, like a passport number, to book the visa appointment day. The application you did online, you're going to submit it now to the embassy. So we were doing that back in April, and between April to June, just waiting. And of course, they give you links. They ask if you would like to reschedule your date or not, yada yada, the email, but I was okay with the date until June 4th. So June 4th, we go very early in the morning, Swiss time, guys. I'm always having an issue with my boyfriend complaining about my time. And I realized, like, oh my god, it's really a thing. Like, being on time, it's totally a thing for them. So I remember that specific day we got there, and there was like a person who had missed the appointment with like a few minutes, and that's it. Your visa appointment was cancelled. Just make sure that you're there on time. And let me tell you, when I got there, I got like at 8:10. My appointment was at 8:15. 8:10 at the gate, or the check-ins. As soon as my time hit 8:15, they opened the door for me. Like, get inside now. They don't joke. When you hear Swiss time, they don't joke. Please be there on time. So first things first, the documents. Let's now get into the document that I presented on that specific day, because I've been texting a few of my friends who have asked me on Instagram. I'm just going to read there from there so that it's easier to make sure that I don't leave anything out, because I'm pretty sure I didn't leave anything out. Oops. Okay. So by the way, when I say like Swiss, when I say Swiss visa, I mean the Schengen visa, because they're part of the Schengen region. So we're talking about a Schengen visa. So first things first, I did is I got, luckily, I don't know even how that happened, but my bank sent me a bank statement of everything that I've been doing with my bank, and that was really nice because it came like at the perfect time. I had that, which mine was not certified. It's supposed to have like a stamp from the bank, but because I just downloaded what they had sent me via email, that is what I presented. I've been hosted, and all expenses are on your host. Your bank balance does not really matter. And the reason why I say this is because like the bank statement I presented, it was not anything in 6 figures. It was 5 figures. It was literally just 5 figures, the least 5 figures you can think about. And yeah, that is what I presented, honest, because I was watching a lot of TikTok videos, and they were talking about sometimes your boyfriend does drop, like you can have your boyfriend give you like a huge lump sum of money so that your bank statement can show that you have a huge amount of money in your bank. But that raises questions. Be transparent. If there's something I'm going to stress, is being transparent. However, if you're going to be doing the visa application for like a visit, and you're going to be taking care of all your finances, your bank statement must be reading good figures in terms of euros. Don't go there with 100k, and because you think you already booked the flight, yada. No, good amount in euros, okay, or Swiss francs, whatever. I'm just gonna talk about the finance part. If you're employed, which they asked me, are you employed? If you're employed, you have to give your bank statement, slip. What do you call it? Pay slip. Yeah, a pay slip and a letter of leave, like a leave letter from your employer stating that you have permission between this date and this date for you to be taking off days for you to travel. Also, if you'd like make sure that your employer puts in like a personal touch to something that like he really understands you or she understands you, yada. It depends, because if you're employed in a small company, that's possible, but in a big company, like how you apply like leave letters, just present that. Honesty, guys, remember to be honest. Okay, in your pay slip, make sure that your taxes are up to date. If you're self-employed, make sure that you show. They asked me if I'm self-employed, if I have a registered company, and I said no, I'm not employed. And then in the midst of it, they were like, oh, you presented your bank statement, letter of invitation, ID, passport, but there's nothing that talks about you as a person. So they gave me an empty sheet and a paper and a pen. They told me to write something about myself, something that explains what I do. If I have a company, is it registered? Where do I get my sources of finance? Level of education, so which I did. So what was I saying? If you're self-employed, you have a registered company, make sure you write the company and make sure you like proof that it brings income, and make sure that it states that you pay taxes. Okay. And by the way, we are talking about a 3-month Schengen visa, 90 days. Okay. Now let's go to travel insurance. A travel insurance is like a document that states that you're covered in case of any emergencies and accidents, and health insurance, So initially we had like a travel insurance that was covering me up to 20,000 Swiss francs. We got there, they said no, you're supposed to have one that covers up to 30,000. And then the company that we had used, the next like cover plan was either 20,000 or 50,000. So we took the 50,000 one. And luckily my boyfriend was there, because once I was presenting these things and this guy would say, "This is wrong." And I went, at the moment I was like, okay, can I just call my boyfriend because he's here? And he's like, okay, sure, yeah, he can be here. So he came, he's the one who had done the travel insurance. He presented and he said, okay, just give me 1 minute, I'll be seated here, let me change. And he changed it to the better cover, the approved cover. The least amount of money you're supposed to cover is 30,000 euros, not Swiss francs, 30,000 euros. Sorry, we're working with euros. What other document did I present? My passport, letter of invitation, and then we go to the letter of obligation. I had seen this, but we didn't really care to do it, because we were like, okay, we were following the list on the online platform. But when we got there, there was like supposed to be a letter that would have come from the government stating that yes, I'll be ready to take care of his finances, and I have the means to take care of her finances, her. But because we didn't have that, he was advised to bring his bank statement too, so that he can prove he's in a position to take care of me, which he did very fast. For him to get the bank statement, of course, we had to leave the premises past our on our appointment date. So they gave us an email. They have like an email on the glass there. They have an email on the glass there that they gave us, that whichever document we didn't have on that specific day, we could just send it later. But please have your documents. You rather carry them than walk out and then you have to think about booking another appointment. Of course, your passport. And because I'm going on a partner basis, which I had to indicate in my cover letter, the empty sheet that I told you, I had to write something about me, which basically, if I could quote what I wrote in the cover letter, of course it was the addresses, very official, and then yada, and then hi, my name is and I'm applying for a visa, and I'm not registered as an employee to any company in Kenya. I was previously interning with BRAC International, you all know me. The last internship lasted for 1 year. And before that, I was taking a degree in journalism and mass communication. And then after that, I was taking a certificate from University of Cambridge, which is my recent achievement. I'm currently looking for employment in Kenya and other countries. All my finances will be covered by my partner, his name, and then I will write there a Swiss Swiss what? Yeah. A Swiss citizen. And yeah, please grant me my visa, and if there's anything you'd like for me to bring further than what I've provided today, please don't feel to reach out to me. Sign and my name, and I was done. That was the cover letter. Okay, copy of ID, copy of passport. If being hosted, proof of host nationality. He provided his passport, and we didn't have a copy of his passport, but thankfully he was there, so he could. The guy at the counter asked, "Can I have your passport?" Went, printed it out. Luckily, he had 4 stamps showing that he had been into Kenya 4 times. If you're a lady and your guy is coming to see you, please, or you want to travel to you, make sure that he has come to see you at least 3 times. I think I saw that from another person TikTok, that they can never grant you a visa if you're the one who is traveling first to see the guy. Make sure that the guy comes to see you here first, or the other national is coming to Africa, that stuff. Yeah, make sure that he's been here to see you at least 3 times. Am I missing anything else? We've got travel insurance, bank finances, cover letter, and invitation letter, finances, and yeah, that was all the documents that was needed on that specific day. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Why do I feel like I didn't type too much with this person? Let me search. Because I had at least, I've talked to so many people, I feel like some are not asking deeper questions on Instagram, so I didn't give. Hey, this is a Shuri that also has intentions to travel to Europe, so let's see what we said. Okay, it's loading. Is there no data? No Wi-Fi. Okay, well, before it opens, the fuck. Okay, we get it. Okay, we got online application. Make sure that after you do your online application, the one that I did in April, photocopy it and come with it. Passport and passport photocopy, ID and copy, letter of invitation, finances, that is bank statement, or M-Pesa. Whichever you use is allowed. M-Pesa must be certified. M-Pesa will be certified by Safaricom. Cover letter explaining your intentions of travel and how you make your money. Which I stated I'm unemployed and dependent on my partner as proved in my bank statement. Because all the transactions we've had with my partner are always in the bank, and the statement was literally showing there. If employed, leave letter and pay slips. Your partner's photocopy, passport photocopy, bank statement proving that he has a reliable source of income and he can support you if dependent. And by the way, in case he doesn't want to provide his bank statement, he can just do the obligation letter, which he has to do through the county where he comes from, and then it's approved by the government and then sent to the Swiss embassy. Travel tickets to and fro, travel insurance, at least 30,000 euros. Yeah, and don't forget, you don't need any of these documents while doing the online application. You only need it on your visa appointment date. Okay, so after that, we waited because our appointment, remember, it was on 4th, and our intentions was to travel on 9th. So they told me it's not possible, even though you had plans to travel together. Change your travel dates to at least 2 weeks. So they gave us 19th. 19th was the date that I was supposed to go and collect my visa. But I think a few days afterwards, I think 11th, my boyfriend traveled on a Sunday, 9th, 9, 10, 11. Was it 10th? I think 10th. Or was it 11th? We wanted to travel back on Wednesday. I didn't. That was Mandamano. So between 4th and 12th, let's give it that. 4th and 12th, which if my boyfriend traveled back on 9th, it has to be either 10th, 11th, or 12th. They called me and they told me, we need you to change your travel insurance date because we had covered it from now with the new dates from 28th to my time to come back, which would have been on 16th September. You need to change it to start from 19th because my travel date, no, we had covered it from 21st, and my travel date, let's go correct with this date. My visa collection date, the day that I go and find out, did I get the visa or did I not, was on 19th. Okay, on 20th was my flight date. So either I got it or I didn't, or I had already booked tickets, because you have to have booked tickets. Okay, 20th. And then my insurance date was starting on 21st. They said you have to start your insurance on 19th, the day before my travel. Or was it 20th? Like the minute you get on the plane, the first plane that you leave on in Kenya, you have to have your travel date, that specific date, and all the way to 16th. And because my exit day was 16th, then I had to change my travel flight date to 15th. You get it? So it's like it covers you a day, the day that you leave your country to the day that you arrive back in your country, because we had a travel insurance that our plan was the day that I get to Switzerland till the day that I leave Switzerland, but it doesn't work that way. Anyway, we changed the flight again, the exit flight, we changed the travel insurance date again, and everything was perfect. Actually, when they called me on 10th, I think 10th, and then they told me show up, it was on Tuesday. On Wednesday they told me just go and provide the documents that we have asked you to change. And then I was like, oh, did I get the visa? And I'm like, the guy said, oh, and this does not actually mean that you've gotten the visa. I'm just asking that you do those changes and make sure that you provide those changes tomorrow as you come and collect your passport. Actually, I was like, oh my god, I think I got it. Whatever, I don't wanna. But I was like, oh, they can't be calling me early. I remember I was supposed to pick it on 19th, on a Friday or a Thursday, 19th, but they asked me to pick it on like a 10th. And I was like, ain't no way. So we did all the changes again, and then I showed up the following day to pick it up. Of course, when I went there, and oh my god, I remember that time we were in town. You know how they usually say you don't pick up your phone in town, and then we had gone to see my auntie, and then I was like, okay, who's calling my phone? This is a new number. And of course, the numbers that end with a lot of 0000s, you're like, okay, I gotta pick that one now. Sounds important. So I was I picked it up, and then my auntie started like saying hi to me because we had just gotten there. And I'm like, hello, I can barely hear you. And then I put it on, I'm like, hi auntie, I'm good. I'm like, okay, let me pick this one. And then I went back, and he's like, I'm calling you from the Swiss embassy. I'm like, I should have picked that immediately. But so he was very understanding. I said, hi, yeah, do these changes. We did those, and then done. Anyway, I don't know what else happened after that, because my mind was like, tomorrow I'm gonna find out. So I went there, picked it up. You know, of course, I got there. The lady was like, oh, your visa appointment date is 19th. And I'm like, okay, I got a call. Please provide proof that you got a call. Provided the number. They said, oh yeah, this is our number. So I gave them the number. They said, okay, wait until your appointment. I got there 1 hour earlier. I waited. I got inside. That was the security first. Then I got inside. The lady there was like, oh, your appointment is on 19th. I said, oh, I got a call yesterday. Did you come with the documents that you asked? And I said, yes. I sent them to the email, and I had already sent another email before with the first changes. This was like the second changes. So I provided them, and then she was like, where's your passport? I'm like, it's there. I can actually see it because I could see MISS.MUTURI on a tag, a sticker note. And then I was like, okay, sure. Okay, sit down. So I sat down, and they did their thing back there, and then I was called, and it was like a lot of people collecting their passport that day. Now I can imagine, like all the people that are always there every day. Collected it. I collected it, and then I sat, because you have to sit down and confirm if you got the visa, which I did. I sat, and then the security guard, who is like directing people, you sit there, came and was like, oh yeah, you got it. I'm like, because it's the first visa on my passport, is the first stamp. Mind you, because remember it's new, it's the first everything. So we went, picked it up, got 90 days. I was ecstatic, I was happy. And then I went home, I called my mom, I called my sister, I called everybody. I was texting in our family group that, oh, I got the visa. And then we're here. That's it about the visa. So the only other thing maybe as the preparations, of course, I went to my mom's rorashio. Please watch out for that video. I went to my mom's rorashio, and then after that came back to Nairobi, went home, went to the rorashio in Meru, came back to Nairobi and waited for the few days. The plane, everything was nice. Ethiopian Airline, the food, I think, being the first airline that I have used, I don't know if I can compare it with any other. I'm not in a position to compare because it's only one. But yeah, it was a nice travel. It was really tiresome. The first flight was from Nairobi to Ethiopia, which was like in the evening. Got there at 8, from 6 to 8. And then we have to chill in the Ethiopian, airport from 6 to midnight, because the next flight was Ethiopia, stopping at Milan, Italy, and then to Zurich. I don't know how you guys pronounce it, don't butcher it. But yeah, that was the first flight. And then the second flight, now we began at midnight. Of course, Ethiopia airport is like huge. Of course, you have to take a bus to where you're going to board your plane. It was drizzling at that time, but it was beautiful to see Ethiopia at night. And we get to Milan, the airport, I don't know, it was smaller, and also we were not exiting the plane. We were just in Italy soil, but no leaving the plane. So we had like an hour wait, just being entertained. And then after that, we flew to Zurich, the main airport, and the views were mad crazy. I think I'm gonna show you, definitely. Getting here was beautiful. I was chickening out. I almost fell. And then everybody is like pin drop silent. Between leaving the plane, taking a tinier train to where you're going to collect your luggage, the airport is big. You alight, take stairs, escalator, you name it, take a train. The train takes you to where you're going to pick up your luggage. Now, before you pick your luggage, you queue to have your visa stamped, your passport stamped. Of course, I get there. This guy stops me, and everybody's moving so fast until it was my turn. This guy asks me, where are you going to? Who is hosting you? And can you write his name down? I write his name down. How old is he? How old are you? And I was like, he hasn't started. And it is starting. But it was smooth. Of course, like, I just, comply. This is not my soil, so I complied. And then, yeah, we left. So I went to pick up now my luggage after another escalator. Picked up my luggage, walked out, and then I found my husband. I found my baby there, and let me tell you, I have never felt more relaxed. The moment, like the feeling that I had that time was so relaxing, so nice. I just felt like, oh my God, at least one familiar face. Even though the flight between Nairobi to Ethiopia had made a friend, but she was going to Greece. So we didn't see each other within the transit again. And another friend that I made while waiting, even though like his flight was at 10, so we only talked for like, I don't know, from 8 to 10. Yeah, so basically that was it. It was nice. And I've been here since, just in the house, chilling and waiting. So there's places, of course, that we have been to. I have to check if it's still recording up. There are places that we have been to. We've taken a walk around town just to familiarize myself with the neighborhood, which is like nice and very quiet, and people here like their space. They don't like walking super close. Like space is everything. Like even when it comes to queuing, when you're going to pay on a counter, like one person can be here and the next person is at the door, back there by the door, and then the other person outside. Yeah, like space, like it doesn't matter if it is who or who, like one here, the other one here, the other one there, like super spacious. It's like something they like. They have like a really nice swimming culture because they have like lakes and rivers, and it's clean, squeaky clean. So you go there, you swim, like especially now that it's summer, it's like something that everybody does. And it's also just a shock. Like think about it, like it's Nairobi River, okay, and people just swim around it with their swimsuits and all of that. It's quite new to me because like the only place you would expect that is like swimming pool or the beach, but literally the river is in the city center, so everybody just does it in the city center, and it's like cute. Like imagine if Nairobi River was clean. Imagine if Nairobi River was clean and we had the opportunity of swimming. That it just made me feel like there's need of taking care of more of our natural resources back at home. But it is what it is. These people are in the mountains, so yeah, it's gorgeous. Anyway, have I been enjoying the food? So basically I feel like most dishes that at least me and my man we usually make is things that he's learned on the internet, but also like some Swiss razzle dazzle here and there. A lot of, what do you call it, the milk thing, cheese, a lot of cheese, and we're just settling in. I'm just settling in at the moment. My favorite thing is croissant, you name it, I don't know, that. And for breakfast, like, oh my god, it's so different here. It's literally so different. Like you can leave your things on the road, take a walk, and you just find it there. Literally, it's a small town, doesn't have a lot of people, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. So far so good. We wait and see, because like 3 months sounds like a long time, but considering that I've not done a lot like in the past week, which was okay because I was sick, oh my god, I was dying. You know why I'm talking like this? Sometimes when I watch so much, I'm watching Love Island, and I feel like how they talk starts affecting how I am talking. So bear with me. Yeah, so far so good. We'll see. You see what Switzerland has to offer. Like we went swimming to a river on the river that I'm telling you, and it was bad. It was so bad. I could have sworn I'm never gonna do it again, and I just wanna exit. But I have to show you that, guys. I have to show you. But we've gone around, we've toured, we've gone to almost closer to the castle, but I didn't want to go all the way up there. We've gone to Old Town. We've toured like around the main shopping area where you have all those cute brands that you guys talk about. We've toured the lake, one lake that has like a place and a pool where everybody just goes to swim. We went to my boyfriend's mama's house, which was cool. That was cool. Yeah, that's it. So that's a long introduction, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing those videos along so you don't get bored. But yeah, that's it. And this is week 2. Let's see what week 2 has to offer. I'm currently reading a book. You remember on my Instagram page, we went to a bookstore. We went to a bookstore to buy a book. I'm still in page 8, 5 days later. But so far so good. I feel good that I've been able to create this content. My next thing is to edit. I don't know why. Sometimes, you know, if your mind is so much everywhere, you can't just put up the whole process of editing. But literally, I'm gonna do it. I am gonna do it. I am gonna do it. Probably you'll be seeing this video as fresh as it is. So guys, come on, subscribe and let me know what you'd like to see. Do you like to see the rivers, the lakes, the people, the malls? Okay, this is not literally like malls because it's a small town. The mountains, be closer to the mountains, the castle, the historic buildings. Oh my God, this place has a lot to offer. Definitely, it's amazing. Also the silence. You can imagine right now the silence. And let me tell you, what time is it? 6:40. 6:40. The sun is still out, but I feel like today the darkness might set in soon. But the sun has been setting at 10. I can imagine it's still bright all the way to 10, like sunset 10. So sleeping is like crazy. Thankfully, I have like those masks that you can just close your eyes, because also in the morning it's out 5, 6, and you know, it is what it is. I'll give you more updates as I continue living here. This is life in Switzerland and tour with Charlie. So please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Maybe the next ones I won't be talking. Oh, I forgot to update you that they have a really nice recycling process. Like every single paper, depending on like, is it paper, plastic, what type of plastic, what product did it have? Like they are all disposed differently. It's glass in different places, and it just keeps the city so clean. They have dustbins everywhere. They have a really nice train system. Like the train is always there, or the bus is always there, like after every 5-10 minutes. After 10 minutes, let's say, or half an hour for the train. From the airport, of course, we got with the train. It was a 2-hour train ride from Zurich to Bern, and then a stop at Bern, and then to Thun. Yeah. Hit that subscribe button, share this video, and let me see. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, please. Come on. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you soon with the next video that I post, which is definitely going to be like outdoors, everything outdoors. Not me speaking too much, just everything outdoors. Okay, bye. See you on the next one. Please also the bell, so that you get notification every single time I post. Okay, so see you on the next one. Bye.
Do you want to know?